What's going on, my people? This your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, aka Master Teacher 33. Just want to come on live and break down something that I talk about all the time, and that is your destiny, your dear Canel. I saw a TikTok video that really talks about design in nature. And it's interesting because same thing that happens in nature happens in nurture. It happens in our biological system. That simply means that we're all biologically different, and we all are biologically designed with certain gifts. Some of us are tall, some of us are short, some of us are muscular, some of us are thin, but we all have a biological design. What if a cheetah wanted to hunt like an owl? And what if an owl who's nocturnal at night wanted to hunt like a cheetah? So cheetahs have speed. You know, owls have vision and they're nocturnal. So in nature, there are design. And in humanity, for some reason or other, there isn't an emphasis placed upon our design. You guys know, if you go to my website, dearcanelreport.com, if you research Dr. Will Rogers, Master Teacher 33, you'll see I've been in the design space for 30 plus years. I've been doing this behavior modification because what I see in most frequencies of people is they're going against their design. Now, in psychology, a lot of times this is unknown because the reticular activating system, again, doesn't want you to thrive. It wants you to survive. And so really, you're sabotaging your own self. I mean, not you personally, but people you know. And so we end up sabotaging our own selves and our own self because we don't know. For example, I talk about the blood code a lot. Again, you guys know that I've written and published over 1,000 books on this topic, dealing with design, dealing with under, over, and understanding innate attributes and characteristics. I talk about this inside my life optimization, lifeoptimizationreport.com, dearcanelreport.com, masterteacher33.com. Again, based upon numerology, based upon gematria, based upon theomathematics, based upon biblical alphanumerics. These may be terms or frequencies that a lot of people who are not inside of the hidden esoteric metaphysical space, because most of us, especially us melanated folk, we're inside of the religious space. We got a good understanding of theology, but many of us don't tap into astrotheology or cosmology and biology. And so the life of the flesh is in the blood. And so it's very important to understand the Bible talks about when Cain slew Abel, his blood spoke. So what does your blood say about you? Most of us, we don't eat for our blood, we eat for our tongue. So I break all of that down inside of the blood guard, the blood code, life optimization. It's a way to optimize your life so that way you're swimming downstream instead of upstream. And then the granddaddy of them all is the 750-page document that this is your own personal operating system. This is the way that you're designed. I don't know how anybody can get through life. This is your own personal Bible. Now, this is mine. You should get yours because, again, it's 750 pages. It's all about you based upon your name, based upon your date of entry or your date of birth. That, again, regardless of what therapy, regardless of your religion, regardless of your race and your gender and all this other stuff that everybody like to argue and debate, this is undefeated. 30 plus years, bro, undefeated. 100% guaranteed. This is you. Because guess what? You can't change the date that you was born. You can change your name, the letters, the frequency, but you can't change your date of entry. And so based upon your date of entry, based upon understanding something as simple as your date of birth, man, if you really are high speed and you understand dark psychology, and you understand how the human brain works, you can control anybody if you have their date of birth. Because once you understand what's inside a person's date of birth, now remember, this is not my system. This is a Pythagorean system. This is a Chaldean system. This is the Egyptian system. This goes way back before you and I got here. It'll be here when you and I are gone. Because letters are actually emanations. Letters are actually sigils. Now, to the average person, again, most of us melanated folk, we haven't been exposed to sigils. We don't know anything about sigils. Again, most people I talk to, most of us colored, we haven't been exposed to sigil magic. We don't know anything about grammatus and grimoria. So I've spent, again, all of my life, because I've naturally inside the space. I'm naturally connected to this space. I'm naturally drawn to this space. But then when I did the research on why do I like what I like? More importantly, why do you like what you like? More importantly, why are you triggered by the things that trigger you? More importantly, why do you believe the things that you believe? More importantly, why do you do what you do? Why do you like what you like? What is the science behind the neuroscience of your biology? Why do you eat what you eat? Why do you live where you live? Why do you wear what you wear? Do you use perfume or cologne? Why? And if you don't, why? Do you use homemade soap or do you make your own? Do you eat out? Do you eat processed food? Do you take vitamins? Why do you take vitamins? Do you take supplements? Why do you wear cotton or do you wear linen? Do you live in the South or do you live in the West? See, all of these are questions that people never ask. People never question the nature of their reality. Most people never question the nature of their narrative. Most people never question their heritage. Most people never question, they never ask those deep, esoteric questions that reveal, explain, illuminate, and simplify their true, hidden core essence. So all I do is I break down your true hidden core essence, the questions that nobody asks, the question core essence. So all I do is I break down your true hidden core essence, the questions that nobody asks, the questions that most people don't want to know, that's hidden lab, because guess what? It's inside of the way by which source code put his energy, it is imprinted on your soul. And so it's in here. The way that you think, see, your brain sees the world the way that you're designed to see the world. So this gets into pattern recognition. So you must understand that, for example, I have a pattern. My brain is formulated in a manner that's called pattern recognition. So you must understand that, for example, I have a pattern. My brain is formulated in a manner that's called, so again, you on a specific path. Now again, this is not my system. All I do is I just structured it. I just organized it into a streamlined system and packaged it so it can be delivered to you and your family, so that way you can read and study, and that way you can know that you are the best in the world at what you have been designed and gifted by God to be, do, and have. So we got the process wrong. Most of us, we are doers. We are human doers instead of human beers. So we don't know that we're supposed to be, that we're supposed to establish a mental disposition first. You're supposed to be. And then what you be determines what you do. Then what you do determines what you have. Now, if you really, really deep, you can reverse engineer it like it does in the Bible. And the Bible says, to him that has, more shall be given. That's if you high speed. So if you high speed, you can realize I already have something. Whoa. And then you got to ask yourself, what do I have? Because to him that have, more shall be given. But that's deep. That's deep, because the average keep it on that I talk to, they tell me they don't got nothing. So the trick gets into Nova Goddard stuff, that the people that understand that you have been given at birth, but see, nobody that I've bumped into, the reason that they take my life management system, the reason that they order the 750-page Destiny and Dear Canary report, available at my website, dearcanaryreport.com, 50% off today and tomorrow during the holiday season. You must get this for your family. If you're a parent, if you got children, especially between the age of 12 and 18, you must. If you don't understand your children, you will neuter society. You're going to send your child off to some historically black college, and they're going to get indoctrinated into some Greek culture. They're going to come back with Phi Kappa, Kissa Assa, and they're going to be walking around here doing all of this Greek. Negro, we ain't Greek. I mean, it's amazing how in the world Negroes get brands on their body, Greek brands. After they come back from something, are you Greek? Are you Aramaic? So now if you Greek, if you Aramaic, okay, do you, boo-boo? But the goal is understanding. We've been conned. We've been bamboozled, especially if you are a melanated individual. 99.999% of the melanated folk I know believe that they're from Africanus. And so they don't even know that even that term is after a Roman general. So we are Alkebulians. So but most of us, like myself, when I did the research, my grandparents, they were Indians, what we call Native American, Cherokee in my case. So 99.99% of the Negroes I run across who believe they are from Africanas or Alkibelans, they ain't even Alkibelans. They're not even, no, Negro, you right here from the good old US of A. But remember, the dominant culture is dominant because they understand how to change the narrative. So 99.9% of the garbage that we all read, especially if we are melanated individuals, is garbage because it's given to you by the dominant culture. But the dominant culture is dominant because they changed letters. Did you read Matthew 23? Now remember, I was licensed ordained preacher, did all of that stuff, man. And 99.9%, even the lexicon that people study when they go to the seminary, my bad. So the most Negroes who are, they regurgitating stuff that they learned at the seminary, which is a cemetery. But what does that mean though? That means that if you doing it, do you use blueletterbible.org or Bible Gateway or eSword, and do you look stuff up 7 layers deep? Are you an etymologist? Do you know what etymology is? Can you trace back the meaning of the words that I'm using back to that source? 99.99% of the folk I talk to can't do that. They don't do that because it takes time. It takes time to do that, bro. Study to show yourself approved. And so most people, we just regurgitating something that we learned from somebody else. We haven't done our own research and our own due diligence. Now, I ain't mad at you. You got a job, you got family, you got things to do, homie. I feel your pain. But me, I do this for a living, bro. This ain't a game. So this is my calling. This is my destiny. I don't wear this shirt just because it's, it's just something I made up. I just signed behind me 30 years in the game, bro. I've been doing this full time for 30 years. I didn't just show up here just a couple of days ago. Like some of you guys, y'all might just be meeting me, but you might want to Google Cladonomics. You might want to Google Life Management System. You might want to Google Dr. Will Rogers, Master Teacher 33. You might want to Google Dear Kenya Report. You might want to go to the website, dearkenyareport.com. I'm not here selling anything. I'm here telling you something that will transform your life forever. This ain't no gimmick. This ain't no fad. This ain't no Johnny come lately. This ain't no something I'm trying to get by because it's the holiday season, bro. Now, this is life changing. When you tap into your true core essence, you never, ever wear a mask. Why would you want to be fake? Why would you want to pursue a career when you are already given a destiny? You are already given a gift. See, the Bible says your gift will make room for you and take you before kings. It ain't talking about no learned behavior. Now, nigga, that's great. Don't get me wrong. You can go to some historically black college and get you a bunch of degrees. I got a couple myself. But let's make sure we understand. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your star seed. I'm talking about your constellation. So that's a constant installation. The word constellation means constant installation. It's a constant frequency. It's a constant wave. It hits your DNA. It is amplified. That's why we get into sunbathing. So if you go out, your skin, Google it, research it. Buy my books on melanin magic and black magic. What happens when the sun hits your skin? It ain't heat, boo-boo. It's information. So this information, it hits your melanin and it's transformed. Your melanocytes. There's 5 different types of melanin. Everybody got something. But some people have more hue than others. That's what melanin is. And so once you understand that, I'm actually getting, technically, you ain't even got to eat. Your energy comes from the rays of the sun. There's 7 rays. You know about the 7 rays? So the average and the Kibbular, they've been indoctrinated by, again, the dominant culture. So therefore, they are not dominant because they're getting dominated. They're not dominating. So you're supposed to speak as one having authority. Not because you got a degree. Not because you're 6'5". Not because of the fact that you know how to shoot a gun. Not because you got big muscles or little muscles. You're supposed to be able to dominate your SME. You're supposed to dominate your you're supposed to stand on your square, homie. You're supposed to dominate. You're supposed to whoop ass and take names vibrationally. But the average Negro that I bump into, they don't got no chi. They ain't got no prana. Their energy don't show up before they do. They weak. And the reason that they weak is that's because they brought somebody else's cistern and somebody else's system. They're not operating in Jeremiah 29. They don't have a cistern, which is a system. This system, it ain't learned, boo-boo. You can't learn who you are. You just can only remember. You can only means to return. Mem means a biological transmission of the genes. Look it up. M-E-M-E, me. You can only be me. Or you. Dare to be you. So you got to be original or you're going to die a copy. So when you speak, you should speak as one having authority. When you speak, your words should have weight. When you speak, Negroes should tremble. When you walk through the valley of shadow and death, you should fear no evil. Why? Greater is he that's in you. Negro, I ain't talking religion. I'm talking about cosmology. I'm talking about theology. And I'm talking about biology. I'm talking about a three-stranded cord that cannot be broken. You see, brothers and sisters, when you step into your true anointing, your true calling, it don't come from no man. Can't nobody give you your destiny. Can't nobody else tell you who you are. Only the big G, the pleroma, the Peru, the monad, source code, wrote the original code. You are an individual expression of an all-knowing, all-power, all-present, all-loving, and all-benevolent frequency, wave, verbal vibration. But if you don't understand and if you make the wrong identity, the average, keep it on, got an identity problem. You believe you're from the South or from the West, or you believe that you are short or tall. You believe the terms that was given to you by the dominant culture. You really don't know that you are an individual expression of God on earth. Not you personally, but people you know. So when I talk as one having authority. So I don't debate, I educate. You will never see me in a debate with another Negro. Why would I do that? Why would I waste my time and my energy trying to convince you? Negro, I ain't got time to convince you. You can be and do whatever you want to do. That's not the purpose of that's not my job. I'm a master teacher. I'm a transformer. So when I speak as one having authority because it's not based upon what we call English. So I don't speak English from the perspective of syntax. So I understand what is called grammaria and grammatus. So there are 7 layers to this thing that you and I call language. So when someone speaks, the word language really means language, God of war. So if somebody's speaking to you, they're actually waging psychological warfare on you. Either you are being convinced, because when I talk, people get angry. Or people are like, damn, this fool knows what the fuck he's talking about. So it's only 2 reactions. Either people are like, man, click, they swipey, or then some people like, they want to swipe and they come back. Why? Because they know what I'm saying. It has weight. It has meaning. Because of the tone. It's called the vocare in the ancient text. So some people speak with vocare or VOX in the voice. So there's a tone in your voice that determines the speed of your choice. When you speak with that tone in your voice, is abracadabra, I create what I speak. But the average, I'll keep it on, we don't speak with authority because we believe authority comes from outside of us. Most Negroes that I bump into, they believe that their degree, they believe that their height, their weight, their money, all of that stuff carries weight. Nah, boo-boo, that ain't weight. That ain't weight. When you run up against a real frequency, wave, verbal vibration, they know that you're a paper champion. Not you personally, though. People you know. See, people know. See, I can read through you, bro. I mean, not you personally. But when I bump into folk, the average, I keep it on, yeah, they're a paper champion. Because they have not stepped into the ring. Vibrationally, this is a vibrational world. Money is energy. Your health is energy. Your wisdom is energy. Your relationship is energy. Everything is energy. Do you got discernment? Do you know when you're getting conned? When you're getting manipulated? When you're getting bamboozled? Yeah, probably not. Not you personally though. See, what do I mean? What is this? This is your own Bible. Do you got this? This ain't no personality test. Can you tell me what God, archon, is over you? Your blood type. I'm a positive blood. So I'm from the church of Sardis, the lukewarm church. How do I know that though? How do I know what constellation I'm from? So I have this app called Blood Code. Again, I don't want you to buy it. I care to see you look at it. I just know one thing. Proof is in the pudding. Results, homie. That's it. Results. See, results speak way louder than words. Show me the nail scars in your hand. I like the doubting Thomas. I don't believe you, dog. I mean, I respect you. I think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? However, yeah, I've been in the game 30 years, bro. I've written over 1,000 books. 1000 more. Google. Master Teacher 33. Google Dr. Will Rogers, Master Teacher 33. Go check out the website, Master Teacher 33. Talk to some of my ex-clients. Talk to people who've done one-on-ones with me. Talk to the people that really know me. They'll all tell you the same thing. Most of the people that I bump into, the only way that you can bump into me is when you said this. Big G, I don't know who you are. I don't know if the Bible is true or not. I don't know if the Quran is true. But if you are real, show me you. Bam. That's where you find me. Every client, 30 years, I've been doing this because I said the same thing. I remember when I was sitting in an apartment, it's going way back. When I found the truth and I got rid of King James, my whole life changed because I was getting ready to excommunicado myself. I was sitting in an apartment. It was New Year's, December 31st, 2009, going way back. And I was tired, dog. I was burnt out. I tried everything and nothing worked. I tried everything, man. I researched every religion. I had 68 jobs. I was coming to the end. I just got divorced. I had 5 kids, 25 years in my first marriage. Tried all of that stuff, man. Did all of that. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. Now, sure, I had crumbs and I was getting along the street. I was getting by like most Negroes that I know. But I didn't have a feeling that says, I'm the best in the world at who I am because I know who God designed me to be, not do, be. Nobody can out 336 me. Nobody. There's nobody in the world. I got no competition because nobody got my fingerprint. Nobody got my iris. Nobody got my DNA. Nobody in the world before I was born, while I'm born, and after. See, I came out of law enforcement. I'm an ex-Marine. I'm an ex-cop. I'm an ex-profiler, criminal profiler. I worked in a supermax prison. And one thing I learned about biometrics, that Negroes can tell, but everybody has their own biometrics. If you go and commit a crime, Negro, and if you leave a hair follicle, if your skin is shedding, God forbid, don't touch nothing, dog. I got you. So in law enforcement, when you go to the scene of a crime, what are you looking for? You're looking for biometrics. Because I just need just a little smidget. Just to touch the window. You have to open the door. So unless you got a hazmat suit on, unless you shaved all your hair off, you're going to leave something behind at that crime scene. And based upon that biometric, based upon your bio data, you mine. I'm going to find you, bro. Especially now there's cameras everywhere. But what does that mean, though, spiritually? That simply means that you are so unique. You are fearfully. We don't. Oh, man. I've been doing this 30 plus years, man. My heart still goes out to the average Alkebulan, especially Negroes. Because most Negroes are still suffering from the effects of Willie Lynch. Most Negroes are still suffering from the psychological effects of slavery. Most Negroes that I talk to have no self-identity. They're either very religious or they're very angry. It's very hard to sit down and have a civil conversation with a black man or a black woman because then they start attacking my person. Do you know, just go look at my feed, man. No Negro attacks the message. I've never had anybody challenge my message. But they say, oh man, who you think you is, brother? You know, oh man, are you serious? Why though? Why? I've been booted off YouTube. I think I've had like 3 or 4 YouTube channels totally deleted. I got booted off Blog Talk Radio. I remember way back in the day I was on Freedom Slips Radio with Zen Garcia. This other guy named John the Baptist. And this other, primarily Caucasian. I think I was the only African American on that black melanated. I'd keep it on that channel. Man, I'm talking 20 before some of you guys probably even born. They kicked my black ass off of there so fast. Why? Say nobody talks about like I have it's called a Sethian Academy. Seth. Cain slew Abel. Then Seth was born. How many Negroes know anything about Seth? How many pastors and preachers and reverends and doctors and bishops has preached a message on Seth? What do you know about Seth? What is Sethism? What is Gnostic? How many Negroes know anything about Christus? Not Christos, Christus. How many Negroes that know anything about the word crest? Now a crest is like a family crest. It's like a sigil or emblem that represents a family. So Yahushua the HaMashiach, we all know Jesus, but how many of us know Yahushua the HaMashiach? Now again, I'm just asking questions. I'm just sharing him knowledge and information. That's why they call me Master Teacher 33. One thing I do is I research. I'm not going to show up nowhere unprepared. So I don't really speak unless I'm spoken to. If you don't ask me no questions, we good. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. You don't say nothing to me. We good. I'm gonna sit in the back. I go to church. I sit in the back and I just listen. I don't say to nobody. I don't bother nobody because I already know. So when you ready to know not A, okay, then holler at your boy. But until then, you just keep chugging along. Now, thankfully, we got the internet. Everything I know, you can find out too. Same way I did. You can tune in to the Ruach and the Pneuma. You can bypass all the noise and all the fluff by simply asking simple questions. It's like ChatGPT. Do you know if you got the right prompt, if you ask the right questions, it's all about how you ask questions. If you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. Especially not with artificial intelligence. Now, I don't recommend you go to artificial intelligence without having established your own belief, because otherwise they'll give you one, and it won't be the real one. Because what do you think artificial intelligence is? Look at the word artificial intelligence. So I don't know, how much do you know about language? What is language? So what I'm doing right now, what is that? Do you know that most people don't know what that is? So what am I doing right now? So most people think, okay, we're just talking, right? So this is just communication. Okay, but what is communication? Who started communication? What was the first form of communication? What happened at the Tower of Babel? Now, the biblical reference. So at the Tower of Babel, they introduced what? Language. And it created what? Confusion. So if you want to confuse somebody, just start talking. And then you're going to introduce concepts. And it's going to create what? Cognitive dissonance. Why? I'm going to say something to you that you don't know nothing about or you don't believe. So if I come over and say that I'm a card-carrying Muslim, I'm not. But what if I was? The first thing that you got to ask yourself, that you should ask me is, what is a Muslim? You should not assume that my definition of a Muslim and your definition of a Muslim is the same. If I say I'm a card-carrying Christian, you should ask me, please define the term Christian. If I say I'm a black man from Texas, you should ask me, what is your definition of a black man and what is Texas? You should never assume that the person that you're talking to is using the same terms that you're using. So when I'm talking to people, I say, hold up, bro. What is an apple? Please explain to me your definition of an apple. Because you could be talking about one of these apples that you get at the local grocery store that's a genetically modified organism. It ain't an apple. So when I say apple, I'm talking about organic apple that got seeds in it that a farmer put in the ground. That then the seeds came from, I forgot that website that sells 100% organic seeds. So I'm talking about a real organic apple made by God, not manipulated by man. So you have to use etymology now, especially, and now artificial intelligence is here. Pretty soon there's going to be videos that you will not be able to tell the AI video versus a real life video. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. What that got to do with today's conversation? Got everything to do. Because I'm talking about the difference between being authentic and being artificial. We're going to a day where it's going to be hard for you to tune on to a live and know that the guy that you are watching is a real dude. How do you know that I ain't fake? So I'm telling you, I'm a short black man from San Antonio, Texas. My name is Dr. Will Rogers, Master Teacher 33. I've been doing this for 30 years. Are you going to believe me? I wouldn't believe me. So if I was you and I'm watching me, you know what I'd do? Okay, this Negro said, Google. You can type in my website, it pulls up my house. If you really high speed, you want to come and hang out, you call me, dog. Say, hey, Doc, I'm in San Antonio. You know how many clients I've had come by my house? We sit down, went out. I've done seminars all over the country, going to cities, and I'm getting ready to start back doing it again, where my clients are at. They find a venue, sell a few tickets. I remember when I went to the ATL in Georgia. I remember going up to MD in Maryland. I remember going to Virginia, went to Florida, California. Why? Because I like showing people I'm a real dude. So when I do something, you know what I do? I show up in your city, homie. All you got to do is say, hey, Doc, man, I saw you on TikTok Live, bro. You say you do Dear reports. You say you undefeated. You say that you're a truthologist. You say that you also an etymologist. So I believe that the earth is square, or I believe the earth is round. Now me, I don't believe it's either one. I believe exactly what the Bible says. I believe that there's a waters above and then there's water below us. So it's kind of like a sphere. So some people are the flat earth. And so remember, I don't debate. I just provide proof and evidence. Then I just tell you, put up your proof and your evidence. And then we just let the proof and evidence speak for itself. Why do I do that? How did the lion become king of the jungle? Did they take a vote? How did the lion, and why is the lion known as the king of the jungle? You ever been to the jungle? Me personally, I ain't never been to the jungle. But the lion is known as the king of the jungle. Why? He's not the biggest. Elephant got that job, I think. Not the fastest. Cheetahs got that job. They ain't got this super night vision. I think the Black Panther got that job. Not the smallest. He's not the ferocious. I think the badger is more ferocious than a lion. So why is the lion the king of the jungle? Mental disposition. The lion is the king of the jungle because he said he's king. He carries himself like the king. When the lion roars, they say that there is inside the frequency of the lion, it immobilizes. It instills fear in the other animals. It creates lactic acid in the tissue. Whether that's true or not, please don't call me or text me and say, hey, Doc, I did some research on that. I'm using that as an example, bro. I really don't care if the lion is the king of the jungle or not. I'm just using that as an example. That's what I mean by Negroes like to argue. Like people will, it's crazy, but that's the world we live in. Someone would say, hey, Doc, I listen to you on Facebook Live, brother. On TikTok Live, and you said the lion is the king of the jungle, and when he roar, again, that's all stuff I research, bro. Whether it's true or not, whether or not the lion, when he roars, his roar affects the muscles of his prey, so they can't run as fast. That's based upon all of the science and the research that I've done. I've not personally went to Africa and witnessed it with my own eyes. Therefore, I'm just sharing a story, a metaphor, a parable. Because I'm really talking about something else. I don't give a about no lions and whether they're the king of the jungle or not. I'm talking about a mental disposition. I'm talking about a self-concept. I'm talking about walking around with your chest out, not because you're the biggest and the baddest, but walking around with your chest out because you have a crystal clear clarity of your God-given destiny. You know that you are me. I know that I am a great creator and a great communicator, and I am a lover of details. I'm a lover of love. So I love love, the process of love, not the chemical, not the oxytocin. I love the process of love. See, what is the process of love? See, a life path 6 means that you are a lover of love. You don't love people. even though you do, but you love the thing that connects you with that person. So how do we, six, as an example, because I know me. I don't know you, even though I do, but I know me. So if you give me your date of birth, I can tell you everything about you. I can tell you all your flaws. I can tell you all of your success just with your date of birth, because your date of birth is actually your personal operating system. Your date of birth actually turns on your codex and your codon. Your date of birth actually releases oxytocin. It actually releases melatonin and serotonin. It releases endorphins. It controls your hope molecules. Your date of birth, those numbers, because numbers are not numbers. Numbers are actually codes. They are epigenetic or genetic codes. It simply means that inside of those numbers are translated into words. So when I take my date of birth and I add it all up together, it comes out to, that's why I did this circle. So this is what I do for my clients. Because again, undefeated. Have not done one where somebody says, no, doc, that's not me, homie. Not one. Why? It's numerology. It's gematria. It's the Kabbalah. It's theomathematics. It's the Bible code. It's biblical alphanumerics. So this is cosmological. So it has nothing to do with our system. This was here millions of years when we wasn't here. This goes back past Sumner and Samaria. This goes back to the pictogram, because this is frequency. This is waves. This is verbs, vibration. This gets into the musical scale. This is tonality. This is cymatics. So when you're tapping and you're speaking and you're understanding cymatics, now you're understanding how sound manipulates, controls, influence matter. The exact same thing that it says in the Bible. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. That nothing was created unless it was created by the Word. And the Word became flesh and started to dwell among men. Now that's my version of John 10. Then Hebrews 11 says, everything that is seen was made by something that was unseen. The Hebrews 11 talks about the fact that we know that the worlds was framed by the Word. So your words create your worlds. The Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So whether we're talking biblical or whether we're talking scientific, they both say the same thing. So that's why I don't understand why people that are religious and people that are scientific, they should be married. We should have no problems. Yet, it is highly debated. A lot of people get angry and upset. A lot of real religious people have a problem with science. And a lot of science people have a problem with religion, not knowing that they both are saying the same thing. So my brothers and sisters, man, appreciate everybody who, scrolled through, everybody who tapped in. This your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, a.k.a. Master Teacher 33. Pick up your Dear Canary Report by going to my website, dearcanaryreport.com. They're 50% off. Deliver we got the 23rd. It ends on the 24th. So today and tomorrow, the last 2 days to pick up, again, the 750-page Dear Canary Report. I also have the 25 books, especially for people that, you've never seen me before. You don't know me from Adam. 25 books. I have that on sale at whatever price I posted earlier. Also, if you haven't seen or heard of me, this is your first time, man, shout me out, hit me up on TikTok, and I'll send you one of my books for free as a way of introducing myself to you. Again, it's been an honor and a privilege, as always, to be here to break bread with you. Love you, appreciate you, but this is your boy, and I got other things to do. I know you do too. God bless.